What's up, Tim Sykes here with Tim Bohen in
buddy?
Gianni, Versace's mansion, Tim Bohen's childhood idol. Amazing to be here. How does it feel to be in your idol's home?
You know, just turned 50 the other day, and I think
Happy birthday. Everybody wish Tim Bohen a happy birthday.
Yeah, I think I first started dreaming of visiting the Versace mansion when I was probably 5 or 6 years old. What is that, about 44 years now? And man, I really appreciate.
I don't even think he had this place 40 years ago.
But I was still dreaming. I think I was instrumental in manifesting the construction of this mansion.
All right, so we have fun, but we're actually here in Miami. Just gave a 2-day inner circle. Check out some clips from that with like 24 students?
Yep, I think around 25 or so, yeah.
Very cool, amazing. And what we found is that some students get overwhelmed because, Tim and I have been working very hard the past few years.
Algorithms, artificial intelligence now, all of these, whether it be real stocks with swing trading, penny stocks, Tim's strategy, options. I mean, one of the things we try and do, and that's what the core of this video is expose people to as much, in the markets, as much education as possible. But as Tim was going to, it sometimes can get a little overwhelming for sure. So
we just want to, break everything down for you because frankly, all of these tools can be useful to you, but people learn differently.
Yes.
And what we've done, I say, is created a buffet of tools and knowledge. And if you go to a buffet, you don't necessarily eat everything at the buffet, but it's nice to have all the choices. And Tim Bohen said, not like me, because I actually do eat everything at the buffet.
I was surprised we were in Vegas together a few weeks ago, and that's the first time I've had a time limit at a buffet.
Yeah.
You got like 90 minutes. I'm like, who's using up the 90 minutes?
I mean,
probably you.
But. I mean, at some hotel, to be fair, at some hotels, like if they have breakfast buffet from 7 a.m. to 11:30 or 7 to 11, I'm there at 7, and then again at like 10:50. Breakfast and lunch. Why not? Okay? Is it just me? You tell me. Leave a comment below if you try to, get your money's worth at a buffet or your hunger's worth and you go multiple times. But I want you to try everything because what we found now in, several years of really creating millionaires from scratch, everybody learns a little differently.
Yes.
And no tool, no knowledge, no rule, no lesson can hurt you. It all helps you going forward. Even if you feel a little overwhelmed, sometimes you need to try everything and then you fine tune. But if you only say, no, I'm only going to use this or I'm only going to try this, you miss out on all the opportunity. And if there's a great opportunity, if there's a hot market, if there's a hot trend, you want to be maximum prepared. You can't predict when the next hot stock will be, the next hot trend, the next hot sector. All you can do is control your preparation.
And one thing big, Tim travels a lot, is a lot of people kind of like certain styles and certain trading instruments, certain times of day, okay, or time zones, etc. So that's just another thing that a lot of people got to think about, like your personal schedule. Like if you can't trade in the mornings Eastern time, then maybe you look more aggressively at swing trading overnight style trades. Vice versa, maybe you work second shift, you can't trade those, you look at the morning type trades. So that's another reason, 99% of you have jobs, you have kids, maybe you're going to school, maybe you got multiple jobs. You can trade, and if you just look at one particular instrument or style and you think, well, it doesn't fit my schedule, you could be missing out on a lot of opportunity because of that.
And also, if you do live a busy life, whether it's family, whether it's school, whether it's work, whether, it's anything, these tools can help you. I make the comparison that all these tools that we've developed, and we've worked our butts off developing these tools. The whole team has, and we're really grateful. But it's kind of like the droids in Star Wars, right? So you have R2-D2, you have C-3PO. Some people are like, why do you have so many tools? But they all do different things. And if you actually look at the Star Wars universe, there's a whole bunch of different droids. I don't know any other names. Do you know any other droid names?
I do not, yeah. Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
They're humans, yeah.
But look, you need, if you have an army, if you're the emperor, you need stormtroopers. All of these tools can really just aid you and optimize your whole process. I, for one, will start with StocksToTrade, got the shirt on, lead trainer of Stocks to Trade. I would not trade without Stocks to Trade, and specifically Stocks to Trade Breaking News. Stocks to Trade Breaking News, in case you don't know, and we'll have links below for all of this that we're going to go over. But Stocks to Trade Breaking News are two former hedge fund analysts,
25 years experience each,
spending all day looking for the most actionable news. Not all news, because if it was all news, there'd be like tens of thousands of pieces of news, which is what most people do, and then it's information overload.
Yeah, like one of the biggest things with breaking news, and like the story, the analogy, whatever that I often give is, we launched breaking news, I want to say about 5 years ago. And before that, like, I want to say I subscribed to at least 5 different services. Okay. Some of them were $20. Some of them were $200 a month. Okay. I was in about 6 different chat rooms trying to monitor Twitter. And ultimately, a lot of the time, I missed the most actionable stuff because it was just too much to try and sort through. And what's great about breaking news, 2 guys with all this experience, they got like 50 monitors each, and they know what is actually actionable. Like, I think back to when I got started back in the early days, like 2006, 2007, before Twitter. Like, back then we had an information disadvantage. Like, there wasn't enough. Like you were always looking for the reason why these stocks were moving. You fast forward a decade, to about 2016-ish, and now it's the exact opposite. Now there's just so much information. Look at all these click farms, etc. So all of a sudden, like, one piece of news gets reposted 15 different places, and it's like too much. So you went from a deficit to an overload, and that's what's so great about breaking news. If it's in that box, it's actionable.
And also, Stocks to Trade has charts, scans, so much more, which we're going to get into. Use this platform as just kind of like your command center.
Yep.
And it keeps you updated with what's moving. It's very difficult to keep an eye on all this
and
stuff.
Back to the point, I kind of skipped past that point. Like, it's all in one place, too. That's the beauty of Stocks to Trade. Like, I think back to when I had all of these different news feeds and charting packages. Like, it was like literally every day, like 5 minutes just to get logged into everything. Like, launch this one. Oh, this one has an update. I need my password on this one. Arrange all the windows. And now with Stocks to Trade, it's all just in one place. I use 2 pieces of software. I use Stocks to Trade, and I got a web browser. That's it. I don't have to log into all these websites.
We'll go into the tools, but before we go into the tools, I really want to make the point that you can have all the tools, you can have all these different alerts going off, but unless you're prepared with knowledge, you won't know what to do with them, okay? So this is why I'm so proud of literally why we're here in Miami for the Inner Circle. This is something that is new. It's really amazing because we do these in-person meetups with just like a few students.
Small group, yeah.
Really,
get
to know people.
If you've seen some of the Tim Sykes conferences in the past, and we still do the big meetups, which are awesome with 800,000 people. But what Tim's about to talk about, keep in mind, these Inner Circles, small group. Like we get to meet every single person there. I mean, I know their faces, their names, their trading styles, their history.
And we have good conversations, and that's how we can really help. And it's cool. We also have like a cool tight-knit community. We're doing 2 meetups per year. We also do virtual meetups, all-day live webinars. If you click the link below, you can learn more about Inner Circle. Aside from Inner Circle, because it's not for everybody, some people can't meet up, and it is, frankly, a lot of information. But both Tim and I do a lot of weekly training. He's got Daily Income Trader. I've got the Challenge. Both useful. Tell them what DIT is.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool in DIT, aka Daily Income Trader System, is every single trading day I go live 8:30 Eastern. Bryce Toohey also goes live, one of Tim's Millionaire students, mid-20s. He's made over $1 million trading. He goes live at 9:30. Then I come back at noon, go live again. And keep in mind, these webinars are using all these tools, running all the scans, looking for the best trade opportunities, game planning, and answering questions every single trading day. I've not missed a day in over 8 years now. And then the cool thing is, even at night, Matt Monaco does what's called Midnight Madness. It's part of the system, and he runs the scans at night, does a video, gets you ready for the next day. It's Midnight Madness, usually posted about 10:30 at night. I always watch it the next day, but it's cool. He posts charts, the whole breakdown, and then we come back in again that next morning. Almost every morning, I'm in chat live with members at 7 a.m., then live at 8:30, and we do it all over again every single trading day. It's an amazing community, and everything's archived too. So like if you can't be there, you can watch the replays every day. And I know I said that 3 times, but that's the beauty of it.
That's beautiful. And then I also do the challenge where this is what is created now, roughly 36 Millionaire students. It's all archived. This is the beautiful thing too. Like you have information coming in. We're doing 2-3 live webinars a week. Live trading Q&A webinars is me, Jack Kellogg, who's made over $12 million now. Ellis, who's not yet a millionaire, but former NFL football player, is up around 500 grand. Great guy, great lessons. So you learn a little different things from me, from Ellis, from Jack, and you have all the archived access. Tim Gratani, my top student who's made roughly 15 million, he doesn't even trade that much anymore. I just visited him in Ohio. He says hi, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Him and Donna, 2 great kids. They just bought a big mansion. It's actually pretty crazy.
Oh, right?
Yeah, he's got like his own Gianni Versace mansion in Ohio, and they're just incredible people, and he's given 70 plus webinars, all archived, and you can see all the chat archives. It's kind of cool, especially when you go through these archives, you can see how my millionaire students started from day one with very little money. In case you don't realize, like Tim Gratani started with $1,500 of his own money, now roughly 15 million. Jack Kellogg was a valet watching my YouTube videos, parking cars for other people, watching my YouTube videos.
And selling pillows in the mall.
He tried to sell pillows in the mall too. That was another one. But he's really found his gift trading, and now he's teaching too. He took actually 2 months off from trading, just came back this month. He's up around 75 grand on the month. Pretty awesome. And I love the challenge because you get all the webinars, you get the archives, you get all my DVDs, all my video lessons. There's a lot of information, but this is what I'm saying. This is the buffet of knowledge. On top of DIT and the challenge and Inner Circle and Stocks to Trade and Stocks to Trade Breaking News, we also have some new automated tools like XGPT, Iris, and Oracle. Why don't you talk about that?
So we'll start at the top. Oracle is a day trading algorithm and been around for I think about 6 or 7 years now. What's great about it, every single morning it builds you a watch list based on the most volatile stocks, and then it uses an algorithm to map out support resistance levels. Like if you're really struggling with technical analysis, like a lot of newer traders are. I mean, Tim, I learned it all from him, but it takes kind of time to learn, these levels on the chart. Like where's support, where's resistance, where's the breakout, where's the breakdown. So what Oracle does is with an algorithm, and it's a black box, but it uses Fibonacci's, VWAP, moving averages, bunch of secret sauce, and it allows you to map out those levels. And then the really neat thing is it actually ingests market data. It pulls in all of the opening transactions off of the tape at the market open to then give predictive entries on these stocks. So absolute game changer, especially when you're struggling with entries and exits and stop losses and goals. That's an algorithm, which again, not to get too nerdy, but algorithms follow distinct rules. Now, what we have done in about the last 6 months is I have helped launch what's called Iris, and Iris is a swing trading artificial intelligence. And then Tim has launched XGPT, which is a day trading artificial intelligence. And again, I won't get too nerdy, but what's great about these is these are actually generative AI. So like an algorithm makes decisions based on rules. AI makes new generative decisions based on real time as well as past knowledge. They're basically thinking. It's learning and thinking. So total, absolute game changer. So both of these AIs, again with Iris, it swing trades more like real stocks, the type of stocks you don't have to necessarily micromanage every day, that you can trade as a part-time trader, which is awesome. And then XGPT, every afternoon, it gives you the most potentially volatile stocks for the next day, which is great if you're under that PDT. Like a lot of people get scared of day trading because they're worried about the PDT. Every day, XGPT gives you the best overnight opportunities based on its programming. And then again, both of these AIs, what's wild is you can ask them about any stock. Like if you're, I wouldn't recommend this, but if your like brother-in-law tells you about a stock, oh, this thing's amazing, you can drop that into these AIs and they go out and read the news, they read the filings, they look at the stock chart, they know the financial state of these companies, they know the past history of these stocks, and they will actually rate that stock based on future spikeability.
And I love it too because, like, if you've ever used ChatGPT, I mean, just speaking for XGPT, you can type in the ticker and there's a whole analysis, right?
Yes.
Like, so it's not, you have to understand this. None of what we do is just like, oh, here's an alert, follow this alert. Never follow alerts from anybody, from any tool. I always say, learn the process. Why is this tool picking this stock? What's the reasoning, the rationale behind it? A lot of this is just adding stocks to your watch list. Like the other day, XGPT added PBLA to the watch list. I had totally forgotten about it. This, there's a lot of spikers. Sometimes I'm going to forget.
And that's the beauty of all this processing power. Like at the end of the day, again, Tim's been doing it almost 30 years, but there's
25.
The market, I keep trying to round up for you. The market is so hot out there, and there's so much out there that you can use the ridiculous power of these processing power of these AIs to catch some stocks that you just simply can't see every day.
You just leverage, technology, frankly, and this is all to help you. No different than some people say, like, oh, they're scared of AI. And I'm like, like
adapt or die, baby.
Well, I mean, look, horse and carriages turned into cars. All the horse and buggy drivers were like, down with cars.
And now you got a Tesla.
Cars are just more efficient, right? If you look at Hollywood in the past, like all the silent movie stars disappeared when talkies came out. They're like, down with talkies, it's new technology. But I will also say sometimes the fears of new technology are just unwarranted. So I don't know if you remember this. It's actually pretty crazy. When ATMs came out, all these bank tellers protested. All these bank tellers were out in the streets.
Vaguely remember
They're like,
that.
no ATMs, you're going to take our jobs. This is terrible. What happened? ATMs went everywhere. Bank tellers shut up because it didn't take the bank teller jobs. You still need to do, a lot of stuff that's manual. Like when in banking, it's can be complex. ATMs are simple transactions. And because ATMs increase the efficiency and profitability of banks, banking has expanded dramatically. There's more bank tellers than ever. So I really think that technology can help us. Obviously, there's always risks, especially several decades from now. Machines, I remember I liked you guys. Remember. But
remember back in 2024.
But it helps your efficiency. So I mean, it was cool because we were doing the inner circle and I was like, oh, I totally forgot about PBLA.
That's the beauty.
Machines don't forget, right? We get overwhelmed. We sometimes can't think about all this data, all of this information. Machines can. And it's just crunching data. So every day, XGPT sends out an email at 3:15 in the afternoon with just some solid potential gappers, potential plays that can spike into the afternoon, that can spike overnight. And it does a really good job highlighting the top 3, 5, 7. It changes every day, but add those to your watch list. You might forget about a spiker. You might have not seen a breaking news. We're human. We're inferior to these machines.
Yep.
So use the tools.
Especially when it comes to tracking. Yeah, yep.
Just use the tools. And then also, we have other newsletters too, which I want to quickly go over. You want to talk about Jeff with Burn Notice and Ben with SPYDER.
Yeah, so Jeff Zaneri, former hedge fund manager, actually just completely changed the world of identifying these cash imbalances that happen into the market close. And you will see that a lot of, and what he really mastered is when these companies are forced to either liquidate or add to positions into the market close in real stocks because they're forced to meet certain cash requirements, you will see massive sell-offs in a lot of big name stocks. And you can do two things. So Jeff showed you how to buy that stock directly, but really what he really specializes is finding options contracts that can capitalize on that. And again, most of these, not all of them, but most of these trade ideas happen into the end of the day, okay? So they're trade opportunities that can basically wait until about 3:30 or into the close, and then most of them end up being overnight opportunities. So between the power of options, very small account friendly, okay? If you don't understand options, we can talk about it more, but just understand it's a great way to leverage a small account to trade some of these higher priced stocks. And then the beauty of that also is, if you're under the PDT, which many of you are, the pattern day trader rule, most of these are overnight trades, so it allows you to not use up all your day trades and trade these bigger name stocks. And then Ben Sturgill has SPYDER, which is another options product, but what he is doing is looking for unusual options activity. Maybe I'm hoping all of you have heard that term at some point. it's getting, as the options market gets more and more liquid and more popular. I mean, the options market the last couple of years has really exploded in volume and exploded in recognition. Like it's just kind of went from like a little bit of a niche where people used it as a hedge to now a mainstream thing. You go back to like 2020 and Reddit and all this, all this stuff. It's really hit the mainstream, and what Ben specializes in is isolating and identifying these unusual options activities, which what that is traders trying to build positions and stay under the radar. And it's really a way to follow the smart money at the end of the day.
No, I love it. And, just last but not least, I want to talk about 2 of my newsletters, Weekend Trader and Supernova Alerts. Like I said, we got a lot of options. We got a lot of tools. We got a lot in this buffet for you. Weekend Trader has actually been my most consistent strategy over the past 2 decades. Buying a stock on a Friday, selling it on a Monday. If I do my job right, I'm finding a stock that is closing strong on a Friday with a news catalyst that theoretically can find more people who are interested over the weekend. Because
the crazy thing is, I mean, that's been one of your newsletters a while back, but like you go back 20 plus years ago, that was really kind of the core of your strategy.
100%.
Right? Yeah.
I'm looking for inefficiencies, right? So like, why would I trade over the weekend? If a stock is closing strong on a Friday, lots of people go home early on a Friday. They might miss late day news. They might miss late day spikers. And then they're looking and they see that news maybe during their weekend research, Saturday, Sunday, or maybe Monday pre-market. But because the market is closed, they can't put in their buy order. And like I said, if I do my job correctly, I find a good play with good news that has good legs, the buy orders stack up on a Monday morning and I sell for 10, 20, 30% profits.
And the beauty of that is, like a lot of people have that term like Money Monday. The beauty of that weekend trader strategy is like everybody just comes in every Monday morning, just frothing at the mouth. Like, I want to buy something. I want to make, everybody, you got max energy. Monday morning is like go, go, go. And because of that, a lot of these people are buying those story stocks that were the weekend trades, and that pushes the bid up, and that's the beauty. And then Tim and everyone that follows that strategy can sell to these uninformed people that are just frothing at the bit and willing to buy at any price because they can't get in fast enough.
It's a beautiful strategy. And then I also have Supernova Alerts where, weekend trader is nice. I have like 10, 20, 30% winners, but Supernovas are going for it's like big game hunting, right? Yep. Like it's crazy how fast some of these stocks can spike. They can go parabolic. I came up with the term supernova where a stock can go from like 2 to 20 or like 3 to 50 or
we saw one yesterday. What's crazy?
CRBP.
Yeah, CRBP. Literally, like a stock that went from like 7 to 13 and everyone's like, it can't possibly go higher. It halts and reopens in like the 20s. It can't possibly go higher. Halts and reopens in like, I think 39.90 or something.
Yeah, it went to 40. So 7 to 40, that's the kind of supernova that I look for. And it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. And so I try to alert those just so you can learn from them. Again, all of this is to add to your watch list to help speed up your education. If you are going to be our next millionaire student, you really got to learn the ins and outs, the nuances, because the most money that you'll ever make will be in the smallest details.
Yep.
Everyone always understands general stuff like, oh, just buy low, sell high, just invest in good companies. None of that is going to make you wealthy anytime soon. You got to take it to the next level. That's why we have all these different tools and different newsletters. I'll link them all below this video. Check them out. Try them, okay? Because if there's a hot market, if there's a hot stock, if there's a hot trend, you want to be prepared. You can't control what's coming. All you can do is control your preparation. And we are here to really help prepare you as best we can, okay? And that's the name of the game here. So we love it, and we'll keep doing this. We want to keep creating more and more millionaires. We want to keep helping, speeding up your learning curve. Click some links below and leave a comment below if you've used these tools. Let us know what you think. If you use, StocksToTrade Breaking News, Oracle, Iris, XGPT, DIT, Challenge, SPYDER, Burn Notice, Weekend Trader, Supernova Alerts. We're going to keep helping people with these new tools. Use them. Thank us later.